I called out for her to stop, but there's no way she would listen. However, by now, being alone in a situation that meant nothing short of death. If we suddenly watched her leave, it would be the same as letting her die. As long as Auntie Eva was unwilling to stop, we would have no choice but to follow her. Although it may be cruel to say so, Uncle Kraus and Aunt Natsui were already dead, so there's nothing more we could do for them. In the end, we had no choice again, so Jessica and head for the mansion together. Fortunately, Jessica stood up. Perhaps she had been able to draw a line under her grief for the moment. But we had surfaced in its place with an expression like a demon. I'll murder him with my own hands. I'll avenge my parents. You wait! Let's go, Battler! If we find whoever did this, don't get in my way. I'm definitely gonna kill them. You know, my parents are also dead. Sorry, but this is first come, first served. Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's make mincemeat of that bastard! At my word, Jessica finally seemed like someone who had seemed like she had found someone who sympathized with her emotions. She had that dark impression, but I felt Jessica regained some of her sanity. We took off, chasing after Aunt Eva. Through the rose garden, up to the stone steps, running at full speed towards the mansion, whose large dim shadow flashed in the lightning. This, the Epitaph murders had finished the 8th twilight. Now the 9th twilight, the witch will revive. None shall be left alive. I will most likely lose my life. However, Elisa wanted to burn the truth into my eyes. That was the only thing motivating me to move on in the moment. We ever reunite with Auntie Eva, who was having trouble with the lock on the front door. Seeing that all the blood had risen to Auntie Eva's head. This was probably making her fingers clumsy. Seems she couldn't even handle the simple task of inserting the key into the lock. Then there was a faint sound. The sound of the door unlocking. Just as though it had been waited for all the survivors to unite before opening. Seemed to me as though a malicious mansion was trying to swallow the remains of the remaining humans at once. The sense that rubbed outwards at the instant the door was opened. Could it really be explained as just a smell? It wasn't just a charged smell from grandfather. I think it may have also included something like regrets held by so many dead, including our parents and all the servants. What did it mean as it billowed out, overwhelming us? Was it the crying of the dead, telling us not to enter? Our Auntie Eva didn't even flinch at something like that. And we had to chase after her. We're forced to step into the mansion despite receiving that message.
Georgie?
George?
Georgie?
George! He's gonna hear me. Answer me.
Georgie!
George! Auntie Eva shouted at the top of her lungs. Consideration probably too far optimistic to imagine that he's still alive. We also started following Auntie Eva's again and calling George Anaki's name in loud voices. Auntie Eva found something and stopped walking. She was standing in front of the door to the parlor. What is this? Nanjo, could you come here for a second? What is it? I had heard from the outside about the creepy magic screws have been drawn on doors such as the one to the parlor. Creepy was the one word to describe that thing. Which had been scrawled there with a deep red paint reminiscent of blood that slowly dripped down. Oh, that had supposedly been there since this morning. Wondering why Auntie Eva, who had already seen it, would think it odd now just can I stare at the door. Certainly, I have no memory of numbers such as these being written here. Right, they weren't. The creepy magic text was written here, but not the numbers. Why did you that terribly much have been there this morning? Right now, there was an 8 digits newly written in the upper part of the magic circle. Zero 7 1 5 1 1 2 9. I don't know what it meant. I didn't want to imagine the thought of whoever wrote this. It was drawn with what's probably the same paint as the magic circle. Well, that's weird. But it had been written very recently. The way it had dried and condition of the color was completely different from the magic circle part. I'm sure it has some real magic meaning. This one is rack your brains over it. This guy intentionally spat those words out in an attempt to wipe out how creepy it was. It could be a magic square. I hear that a ward against evil can reside in a certain form of number play. I'm sure you have heard of the one where adding all the numbers in each row leads to the same sum. Is that numbers filled up inside of a square? It's just a single row. I don't have a clue what it could mean. What Jessica Chen said is probably correct. There's any point in us thinking about it deeply. Hear those stats, I think it actually means something. You know, receipt or something from inside your pocket. And Eva definitely wrote that number down with a short ballpoint pen. Because an 8-digit number would probably be a little difficult to memorize unless it had some kind of pattern to it. Couldn't this be a date or something? A date? What are you talking about? Well, it's probably a coincidence. But my birthday is July 15th. Once I thought that 075 might refer to July 15th. Hear that 1129 stood for November 19th, maybe that fits. How would your birthday be written in a place like this? What's with November 29th? That's what I want to know. Still, it's probably just a coincidence. When I thought about it, it started to feel a little bit creepy. December 29th, someone's birthday or something? It's not anyone in my family, not Dad or Kire-san or Aunt Angie. And of course, not my mother either. I cannot think of anything. I don't believe it's Kinzo-san's or Genji-san's birthday. It It isn't from my family
ローザ
either.
やマリアちゃん
And
じゃ
isn't
ない
Rosa or Maria's chance.
うちの家族だって
It's not
違
anyone
う
in
ぜ
mine either.
カノン君も違うしシャノンも
And
違
isn't
う
Kenan Kun's or Shannon's?
私使用人の人の誕生日にはちゃんとプレゼントを
I
渡
was
してる
giving
からみん
the
な知って
servants
るけど
present on their birthday, so I know it for all of them.
11月29日に誕生日の人間なんて知らないぜ
I don't know anyone who was born on November 29th. Once we started imagining the 8 digits, which we had all thought were meaningless, were actually 2 dates written together, really started to look that way. However, 2 meaning may be something completely different, or there were maybe no meaning at all. Anyway, since we don't have the real clues, it's no point in thinking about it at all. More importantly, was inside the parlor. This morning, behind each of the doors with the magistrate drawn on them, there had been the body of a victim. And that number had been newly added to the door. What new thing had been added inside the parlor? When Eva tried to open it, she felt the resistance of the lock. She immediately took out a master key and put it in the keyhole. As she opened the door, Aunt Eva let out a high-pitched scream and ran inside. That alone was enough to tell us what had happened inside the room. Dr. Andre and I looked at each other and shook my head slightly as we entered the parlor.
George!
George! George!
しっかりして
Speak to me!
ジョージ
George!
南條先生
Dr. Nanjo, quickly! George Oniki had fallen alongside Shannon's body. His chest was stained bright red. And from his still open eyes, all my condolences to Aunt Eva, I couldn't pick up any signs of life. I'm moving to take his post. Dr. Nanjo shook his head, wordlessly reporting that George Oniki was dead. Brushing him aside, Aunt Eva once again crouched beside George Oniki and started crying at the top of her lungs. With this, Aniki's death, one thing had become certain. The murders would not end at the 8th twilight. The avatar was going to be carried out to its complete form, including the 9th twilight, and none shall be left. I'm really starting to lose the plot. For some reason, Auntie Eva's half-insane cries and appearance actually made me cool down. Stressed and exhausted, I flopped on the sofa and plucked my feet on top of the table. Maybe all the murders have paralyzed my heart. Instead of fright, the stronger emotion I'm feeling now is one of complete confusion. Dad and Kirei-san have died, and started with the servants, people who have been killed off one by one. At one hell of a pace, too. I don't know what time the first murder started. I'd say we've probably been killed at a rate of about 1 person an hour. We believe that boat would come up for us around 9 tomorrow. Still have a full 12 hours until then. How many more sacrifices to the witch would have to be for us to survive? The 4 of us, if one goes each hour, we won't last any longer than the 4 hours. It's not clear anymore if we will last until midnight tonight. Yesterday after lunch we came to this parlor. About that time, the discussion turned to the black tea that Auntie Rosa had brought. We just started talking about going to take a walk. Maria was fooling around. Didn't Shannon bring us some cookies? She said that Kumasawa had baked them or something. I probably have laughed my ass off at actually being a cooked mackerel one mixed in with them. That's right, I never heard Kumasawa Bachan's mackerel jokes again, will I? Oh yeah, if I only remember stuff about Kumasawa Bachan, that wouldn't be fair to everyone. Why did Dad and Kirei-san even go outside? Not like they'd be die from being without food for a day. But why did Glennie get a hold of them and make them go do food? I bet it was my fearless dad who started complaining about being hungry. Kirei-san, you were supposed to see the breaks for my reckless dad. Oh, she's the one who suggested this chick, so... Why didn't you stop him? And what about your daughter, Angie? She's only 6 years old. You weren't thinking of trusting her to me, were you? At this point, it's doubtful that I will ever be able to leave this island alive.
やめなさい。
So stop this!
こんな時に
Why are you fighting at
争
times
って
such
ど
as
うするんですか
this?
ジェシカさんやめなさい
Jessica-san, stop! Some kind of commotion was in my thoughts. I looked to see what it was and saw that Jessica and Eva had started fighting each other at some point. No, maybe I should say Jessica was grabbing at Aunt
エヴァおばさん
Eva.
が父さんたちを殺したんだ
You killed my mom and
他に
dad!
説明がつかない
There's no other explanation!
何をバカなことを
Don't be stupid! How do you know anything about what happened to your parents?
ゲストハウスの1階にいたのは誰だよ
Who was downstairs in the guest
エヴァ
house?
おばさんだ
You were!
1階のロビーには父さんと母さんとそしてエ
Mom
ヴァ
and
お
Dad
ば
were the
さん
downstairs
がい
lobby
た
along with you!
生き残ったのは誰だ
Who was left
エヴァ
alive?
おばさんだ
Only
けだ
you!
どうして
Why?
あんたが犯人だからに決
Cause you're
まっ
the
てるじゃない
fucking
か
murderer! That's got why, goddammit!
父さんと母さんを殺
You
して
killed Mom and Dad, killed them, and then she locked
知
the
らしらしく
door!
鍵を閉めて魔女の仕業なんかを装いやがった
Trying to make it seem like that was a freaking witch's doing!
じゃあジョージはどうしていなく
Then
なっ
why
たの
did
よ
George go missing?
1階には降りて
He
きて
didn't
な
come
いのよ
downstairs, you know?
じゃあ2階でいなくなったっていうの
So how did he disappear from upstairs?
2階には誰がいた
Who
の
was
よ
upstairs?
あなたたちがい
The
たん
two
じゃ
people
ない
were up there!
あなたは知ってたんでしょ
You knew, didn't you?
ジョージがこっそりゲ
You
ス
that
トハ
George
ウスを
said that was
抜
a
け出すの
mansion!
それ
You
を
crazy made faces
自
as
分
if you
は
didn't
何も
know
知らないような
anything!
顔を抜け抜けとあんたがジョージを止め
If
てて
you
くれ
had
れば
stopped George,
ジョ
he
ージ
would...
は
He would!
ジョージは
やめなさいというのに
I'm telling you, stop!
ジェシカさんは
Jessica
ずっ
san
と
was in the cousin room the
い
whole
とこ部屋
time!
にいましたそしてエヴァさんもずっと
Eva san was also in the
1
downstairs
階の
lobby the
ロビ
whole
ーにい
time!
ましたそして2人とも何も悪くない
Neither of you were responsible.
ただ家族を失って悲しいだ
It's
け
only
です
sadness of losing your family.
犯人なんか誰もいないどこにもいないただただ
Covers no
魔女
one
のせい
is
なだけ
nowhere.
なんです
It's all just the witch's fault, that's all.
だから
So you
お二人で
two please
憎み合う
stop hating
の
one
はや
another.
めなさい
But which his fault is it? Or that's a good way to mediate things for now. Yes, if I understand the meaning of all the doors and windows have been locked from the inside when the 3 old people evaporated the guest house. This is what they were after. Guessing the hope was inside and causing this ugly mutual hate. Had to be the culprit, the witch's goal. In that case, how are the culprit locked it from the outside? It's certainly true that Master gave in Sunland when Dad's group was attacked. The doors and windows to the guest house having constructed so that you couldn't lock them from the outside no matter how hard you tried. So the master key shouldn't mean anything in the guest house locked rooms. Jessica and Auntie Eva were turning their sadness at losing their blood relatives and anger at the person in front of them. Dr. Andrew was trying to step between them. And I haphazardly in the sofa staring up at the ceiling, thinking about things that didn't even matter anymore with a worn-out expression. I just couldn't believe that this was the same parlor that had been so warm and pleasant midday yesterday, for just a short time before the typhoon hit. The sudden sound of gunshots shook me out of my half-sleep trance. Smoke was rising out of the barrel of the gun Auntie Eva held. Smoke was rising out of the barrel of the gun Auntie Eva held. Jessica was rolling around the floor, covering both her eyes. Auntie Eva and Dr. Nanja were looking down at her, shocked.
大丈夫ですかジェシカさん
You're right, Jessica-san.
ジェシカさん
Jessica-san. It isn't my fault. This happened because you came at me even after I told you to stop. Hey, what happened? What's going on? Just got grabbed Auntie Eva and it had turned into a scuffle. Then they started fighting over the gun. Auntie Eva had been noting, and some movement or another caused the trigger to be pulled. I didn't know the deal was whether to go and graze her or whether she had been burned by the discharge. However, the case, Jessica was covering both her eyes, screaming pain, rolling around the floor. It's alright, calm down. It's not serious wounds, so get a hold of yourself. My eyes hurt. I can't see. Najo lent Jessica a soldier, saying that he would tend to her in her servant room and would be able to function in an infirmary. Damn it! You killed Mom and Dad! I'll kill you! It wasn't me! Not this time! What do you mean, this time? This is on you, we're upgrading the wound, so please stop struggling! Come, let's go to the servant's room. Does it still continue to curse Auntie Eva as her parents' murderer? It seemed that Auntie Eva couldn't conceal her shock at the fact that she had pulled the trigger, even if it had been by accident. It wasn't my fault. The kid jumped at me. That's why this has happened. I didn't kill anybody. No, forget that. Who killed George? That's right. Who killed George? George! It isn't my fault. It isn't my fault. Wait a second, Auntie Eva. You go off on your own? I don't know whether it was because Auntie Eva couldn't stand her mistake, or whether because she had lost herself to anger at the person who had killed her only son, or whether it was both of those all mixed together. In that case, she ran out of the corridor, yelling, fearful and shouting. I was worried about Jessica's condition, but anyway, right then, I couldn't leave Auntie Eva alone. Why would she go off and on at this mansion of all places? Is she suicidal? Nanjo took Jessica towards the servant room. I chased after Auntie Eva, dashing into the depths of the mansion. After sitting Jessica on the servant room bed, Nanjo took her several times on her rubber eyes and examined the affected area. The area had probably been near her eyes. There's a possibility that flames had gotten in her face in the discharge and had damaged her corneas. Oof. There's no threat to your life. It would probably be necessary to have a suitable doctor look at her as soon as humanly possible. Nanjo applied emergency first aid, covering the affected area with a gauze and wrapping it with a bandage. As a result, Jessica completely lost her field of vision. Now, pay attention. This one may hurt it. We must not scratch or rub it. Whenever it comes, let's go to an ophthalmologist as soon as possible. That bitch! She was really trying to kill me. The angle had been just a little off. I'd have been killed by now. I'd have like turned her to the police. The son will not do such a thing. That was an accident. Accident my ass! She killed Mom and Dad? So only 19% which exists on this island? She's behind everything! Only one on the first floor of the guest house? Torsunae-san must have seen her kill Mom and Dad, and she'll kill him too to keep him silent!
小さまや使用人の人たちだ
Same
け
with
そうさ。
grandfather's servants.
きっとあいつは
I'm sure Snake got the family council saying kill them all.
こっそり抜け出し、みんなを殺したに違いない。
もしそうならば警察が調べれば
If that's the case, then we won't know as soon as the police investigate.
警察はすごい
These are incredible, you know. There's something that cannot be understood by forensic evidence.
私たちは誰かを疑ったり恨んだりする必要などないのです。
There's no need for us to suspect or hate anyone.
すべて警察が解決してくれます。
Police resolve everything.
だからジェシカさんは今
Or
は
no, Jessica-san, you should concentrate on just resting your body and making things easier on your eyes.
あまり眉間に
You're going forward too much, it would be no good for your eyes, of course. Nothing but for your looks either.
美容にもよくありませんぞ。
Indeed, when Jessica had grown agitated in her verbal abuse of Eva, she had naturally started glaring and the pressure on her eyes hurt her. Just soon realized that the more she talked, the more the wound would hurt. And regardless of whether she had overcome her suspicions to leave, she regained her composure for the time being.
あいつが殺したんだ。
She killed them. Mom and Dad?
シャノンやカノン君は
And Shannon? And Ken-kun? You heard that Ken had been killed in the chapel. Just as she hadn't seen his face after he had died. She is now fearful about the fact that she might go blind. More frightened about that the police would carry Ken's corpse while she still couldn't see. And she would have to say her final farewell without being to see his face. Her anger of the cupboard and her sadness of the death of the person she had liked. Those mixed emotions broke her tear ducts. But right now, tears were actually painful for her. So she wasn't even permitted to leisurely remember the late Cannon's face. She could do nothing but sit on the bed and let her head droop, withstanding the pain. Now it is Eva-san I must be concerned for. Hope she isn't too shaken by this. Letting out a small sigh, relief that just had calmed down for the time being, he stuck his head out of the hallway to look for a sign of the others coming back. They had eyes! Nanjo, unable to understand who this person was bewildered for an instant. I am the person who lost the power of sight, have zero anti-magic power and zero magic resistance. In other words, you're an isolated pawn right now. Understand what that means? What did you say? There's no possible way that Nanjo could have understood who the person in front of him was. There's certainly no possible way that you could ever understand what she just said.
Nanjo-sensei.
Dr. Nanjo? What's going on? And we see Jessica couldn't tell what was going on except by whatever voice she heard. But since she heard Nanjo say something with an uneasy tone, she tightened up thinking that something bad might have happened. Stop it, please! Please don't kill me! I have a sick grandchild! I can't die here! She's saying Sammy!
Nanjo-sensei!
Dr. Nanjo? Dr. Nanjo? Jessica couldn't do anything except call out from the bed. Hearing on the tone of his voice, Nanjo was in corner being confronted by someone. And he was scared. There's no doubt that at this very moment his life was being threatened. No, don't! On the truth, Charlie the witch revives and none shall be left alive! The witch pointed at the end of her going to stab Nanjo. Even though he didn't know what she was planning to do, Nanjo imagined she must be trying to take his life. Nanjo-sensei! Dr. Dr. Nanjo! Dr. Nanjo!
そこに誰がいるんだ
Who's
よ
out there?
返事をしろよ
Answer me!
やめてくれ
Bang! The sharp sound echoed and tapered to a point just as sharp. The elongated tip of the golden staff was stuck straight into Nanjo's forehead. Jessica had only heard her at her ears to help her grasp what was happening, had no clue what was going on. But even so, she was able to realize that with that sound, Nanjo had died. And the person who had killed him was now in the corridor, right in front of the servant room. Furthermore, since she couldn't see, she couldn't even be able to run away, much less resist. Upon discovering that she was in a life-or-death situation, caught like a rat in a trap, Jessica felt her blood run cold.
ああ、ジェシカ。
Oh, Jessica!
かわいそうにね。
Poor
目を怪我しちゃ
girl!
ったのね。
Oh, you injured your eyes!
なら、あなたは
In
逃げ
that
る
case,
こと
you
が
can't
できな
even
いよね
escape, can you?
今から何時
I'm gonna play a whole lot with Nanjo's corpse now.
それに飽きた
When I get bored, I'll kill you next and play a bunch
たっ
more.
ぷり遊んであげる。いいえ、せっかく目が見えないんだもの。
Oh, no, wait. It's not really you get blinded, right?
殺してからだけじ
I
ゃ
will
な
wait
い。
until I kill you.
殺す前にもたっぷり遊
I'll
んで
play
あげ
with
る
you
よ
a
ね。
bunch before I kill you too.
そこでしばらく震えながら待ってなさいね。
So wait there shaking for a while, okay?
南條の死体で私がどんな風に遊ぶのか
Are you trying to match all the ways of playing Dr. Nanjo's corpse? Struck with fear, Jessica let out a frail scream. She really wanted to scream in a much louder voice, trying to get someone to help her. But she couldn't. When a person is faced with true fear, it clogs up their throat. Right now, Jessica could barely even breathe. Help! Help! She searched around with her hand, trying to find some way to escape. But even though she knew this room well, just being under the sea made it look like a locked room of darkness. She bumped into some shelves or something, and some tins of sweets and bottles and things fell down from them, hitting her on the head. As she was now even protecting her head to block them wasn't working out. She was becoming painfully aware of how powerless humans became just by losing the sense of sight. Of course, she had no time to appreciate that. She crawled around as best she could, trying to escape that place. But she kept bumping into things that she didn't understand, getting hit by various falling objects. It felt like the entire room was live, bullying her and refusing to let her escape. Then she heard footsteps from present in the hallway, and then a voice. The person had probably appeared in the room just since Jessica was making so much noise.
賑やかね。
What a racket you're
レ
making!
ディーならおとなしくベッドに座
Shut
っ
up,
て
better
待
wait
ってい
quietly
なさい。
like a lady.
令状にふさわしい。
Cause I'll give you a wonderful blood red death costume fitting for a lady of class.
あなたを見つけた人が失神してしまいそうになるくらいのね。
Something good enough to make the person who finds you faint, okay? A short while ago, she had sworn that she would kill the culprit if she found them. However, she was now all too powerless. She didn't do anything except let out feeble screams and crawl around the floor, bumping her head into the bed and legs of desks. Help! 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 Someone help me! Dad! Mom! Battler! Someone come! Help me! Dad and Kun! In the corridor, as a witch thought of how to toy with an Angel's life, seeing go above I see watched the scene in the corner of the hallway. It was Vito, who had barely escaped with her life once before. The Overlight softly returned to human form. The form was faint and transparent like a lace curtain. Even just the power to hold human form had become scarce for her. Right next to her, Ronave also appeared. Jessica will probably be unable to survive, though no one was to be left alive since the beginning. She had grown feelings of love for Canon. I have even toyed with that at times. However, I now know that to be something shameful for a witch. Love is the single element. Romantic love is in more pure and more sacred. Though for some reason you hate it very much, my lady. Master told me, magic exists to bring people happiness. I'm sure that I knew that once. And from the moment I forgot that, I was no longer a witch. So I lost the qualifications to be Balor's opponent. My lady, I hesitate to ask, but do you not intend to rescue Jessica? That would be dangerous. I understand. Even if I save her, she will become a plaything of the witch's banquet when the door to the Golden Land opens. Even so, I'm much more compassionate than the way that person would kill her. The witch's banquet steals lives in terrible way, but does not do so more than once. Does not toy with life and death. However, she is different. She kills over and over. She kills for fun. There's not even a trace of compassion there. Won't at least save Jessica from that kind of cruel fate. Certainly, by carrying that out, you would probably be praised as a good witch. However, that new Beatrice-sama already views you as a hostile, my lady. If you're ever to be seen by her again, you are aware you have no way to escape this time. When I reunited George and Shannon, I understood what a witch is, and what magic is. I am a witch. I must be a witch, and I must acknowledge my Balor as his opponent, and I must make him accept me as a witch this time at last. The road to that goal may be long and difficult. However, if I do not take a step forward here and now, I cannot call myself a witch. I understand your feelings, but how do you plan to rescue her? There are not many forms of magic your body is capable of now, my lady. You do not have to borrow George's power even back when you revive Shannon. And for that reason, I may be able to save Jessica at least. Right now, she's begging for Ken to save her. If I can borrow the power of that emotion, I may be able to knock on the doors of Hades once again with my magical power. I am sure you would be able to. How will you use up all your magical power? If you were spotted by new Beatrice-sama, you would truly be without a method of escape. I am no longer your butler, my lady. Understand that I cannot assist you if the situation worsens. I know. Now I've toyed with and taken more lives than I can count. So I may not be compensated for that sin except by saving the same number of lives. I have nothing to lose in the first place. I'm just a golden butterfly who has passed its name and power along, and is no longer accepted as a witch. What about Balor-sama? You are partway through a game with him. He said he would wait until you returned, my lady. Is it all right for you to expire here? You have to do your turn the seat across from Balor-sama, my lady. For that very reason, if there's a life that only I can save, I choose to save it. And I will be accepted as a witch. I must be a witch! If this is a test, it's a very harsh one, unfitting for the evils I've committed until now. Go, hide yourself, Ronove. Watch what may be the fine magic of a single butterfly who used to be called a golden witch. Certainly. Please show me magic. That will not disgrace the name of a golden witch. I pray there will not be the last. Go, my friend. If there's enough ink, pen the story of my foolish life and hand it to some fool attempting to walk the same path. Farewell, Ronove. Cannon-kun? Where are you? Where are you? Help me! Help me! My lady, I'm always waiting by your side. Cannon-kun? Cannon-kun? Jessica thought she had just heard Ken's voice. She looked around with unseeing eyes, but of course there was no way for her to see anything. On the contrary, that action caused her head to hit the desk again. Ganon-kun. Ganon-kun. Help me. Help me.
助けて。
はい、お嬢様。
Yes, my lady.
僕がお助けします。
I will help you.
カノ君。
Ganon-kun? You were alive? This time she thought that she heard his voice clearly. Jessica jumped up in surprise, banging her head against the desk once more.
お嬢様、
My lady,
どうか
please calm your heart and listen.
心を落ち着けてお聞きください。残念ながら
Unfortunately, I am not
僕は
alive.
生きてはいません。 僕はすでに死んでしまっています。
I have already
で
died.
すが、
However, the witch came to me to tell me of your peril.
お嬢様の危機を僕に知らせに来ました。そして
Then she gave me only a short period of time to help you, my lady.
お嬢様に手助けできる時間をくれ。
Then,
どうか
please, calm your heart even
心を
more.
落ち着けて。そうすればお嬢様にも僕の姿が
If
見
you
える
do,
ようになります。
my form will become visible even to you, my lady. Just go obey those words. She chased all idle thoughts from her head and relaxed her breathing. Her actually felt like he was going to explode her, hearing the voice of the loved one she thought was dead. She did that with all of her might. When she did, she could feel that Cancun really was right in front of her. Even though she was unable to see, somehow, she is still able to sense him clearly.
僕が
Can you
見えますか
see me,
お嬢様。
my lady?
Yeah,
見えるぜ。
I see. I can definitely see you,
確か
Canon-kun.
にカノ君が見えるよ。
僕は魂だけの
I
存在です。
exist only as a spirit.
だからお嬢様に触れることはできま
I
せん。
cannot touch you, my lady.
こうして言葉をかけることしかできない。
I cannot do anything except talk to you like this.
それだけしかできないか弱い存在ですが、それ
I'm
で
a
も
weak existence which can do nothing
お
more
嬢
than
様の
that.
力になれる
But I
はず
should
で
be
す。
able to be of some aid to you, my lady.
言葉だけ
Just words?
なの。
That's all?
カノ君に触ることはできないの？
I can't touch you, Canon-kun?
僕は今
I'm now even more fragile than the
ろう
smoke
そく
from
の
a candle.
煙よりも儚い存在です。聖者であるお嬢様に触れられればたちまち書き消えてしまうほどに。
So much so that if one of the living such as you would touch me, it would be wiped out away instantly.
だからどうか触れようとしないでください。
So please don't try to touch me,
僕も
as I am
お
also
嬢様に触れたい気持ちを
holding back my desire to touch you, my
抑
lady.
えているのですから。それよりお嬢
More
様、
importantly, my lady,
よく聞いてください。
please listen well.
新しい黄金の魔女は
The new golden witch is an owner of a
残
cruel
酷な
heart.
心の持ち主です。必ずや
To assure each and meet,
お嬢
you
様
meet with a
をひ
horrible
どい目に
end.
合わせようとするでしょう。この部屋から逃
You
げ
must
出し
escape from this room and hide.
隠れなければなりません。
どうやって？
How?
私は
I can't see
見え
anything.
ない。
静かに
Quiet.
僕がお嬢
I
様
will be your
の目
eyes,
に
my
なり
lady.
ます。僕がかける言葉に従って動いてください。
Please move in accordance with my instructions.
まずそのまま
First.
3歩這い出て
Just
go away 3
steps from there, and then stand up.
今お嬢様
You're currently under the desk, my
机の
lady.
下です。そのまま立てば頭をぶつけます。
If you stand there, you'll hit your head.
机の下だったのか。
That was under the desk?
わかったよ。 立つぜ。
1, 2, 3, standing up.
お上手です。
Well done.
次は時計で
Next,
言う
please turn towards 9
9時
o'clock.
の方向を向いてください。はい、お上手です。
Yes, well done.
恥ずかしいぜ。
This is pretty embarrassing. Ow, 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 ow.
大丈夫ですか？傷が痛み
Are
ます
you
か？
alright? Does your wound hurt?
いや、平気だぜ。
No, I'm fine.
次は
What next?
He thought that if this was a dream, she didn't want to wake up. And if she were allowed to, she would have wanted to take off the bandage and covering her eyes and see him. However, she did that, surely Ken would vanish like frail candle smoke, just like he himself had said. She was afraid of that, so she allied with just being able to hear his voice once more. Repressing her desire seemed to hold him. Though what hurt her eyes now were tears of gratitude. Tears of gratitude for the god, or else witch, who had given her this miraculous moment.
大丈夫なの？
Is this okay?
こんなに喋って、
I'm talking like this.
あいつに
Won't we
気
be
づかれ
noticed
な
by
い。
her?
声を聞かれない。
Won't our voices be overheard?
隠密の結界を張っています。
I have erected a stealth barrier.
大きな音
If
や
you don't make
声を
any
重
loud
ね
noises or speak noisily, no
誰
one
も
will
気づきま
notice.
せん。だから誰も僕の気配には気づけない。
That is why no one can notice my presence.
なんだかわ
I
からな
don't
い
get
け
it,
ど、
but anyway,
とにかく静
We'll
か
be
に
okay
して
as long as stay
れば大丈
quiet,
夫って
right?
ことなんだな。次はどうするんだ？
what should I do next?
そのままゆっくり
Please
10
walk 10
歩ほ
steps
ど歩い
slowly
てください。
in the direction you're facing.
ソファーに触ります。
You will touch the sofa.
それに沿って進んでください。
Please continue along that.
ゆっくりと
Do it slowly.
落ち着いて
Stay calm.
僕の言葉を
Believe
信
in my
じて。
words.
Sure. It's weird.
不思議だぜ。目が見えないってのはあんなにも怖いものだったのに、カノン君と一緒だと全然怖くないよ。
When you're with me, Ken-kun, it isn't so scary after all.
そう、それがソファーです。
Yes, that is the
左
sofa.
になぞりながら
Face to the left
ゆっ
while
くり
advancing
進んで
slowly.
すぐ左にテーブルがあり
There's a
ま
table
す。
just to the left.
すねをぶつけないように
You
気
ever
を
not
つ
to
け
bump
て。
into with your shins. It was a very, very peculiar and magical team effort. Even though she would be killed in an instant, she was noticed by the terrible witch. There was no fear in Jessica's heart rate then. She was being protected and guided by Ken, who had thought she would never be able to meet with him again. Probably only a momentary miracle. But even so, Jessica was deeply grateful for it. If she hoped for too much, she was sure he would disappear. So in order to not break this transient miracle, in order to engrave this moment to her heart with all eternity, she slowly continued to walk, obeying Ken's voice.
さあ、
Alright.
さらに
If you
10歩
walk 10 more
歩け
steps, you exit the servant
使
room.
用人室から出ます。そしたら
Then, please turn to face 9 o'clock and keep walking very
ゆっく
slowly.
りとずっと歩いてください。右の壁に手を置き、
Put your hand to the wall to your right and keep following that.
ずっと僕が安全な部屋までお連れします。
I will take you to a safe room.
そこに行ったら
If I go
カ
there,
ノン君は
will
帰
you
っちゃうの？
leave me again, Ken-kun?
Ken didn't answer. But even his live answer was enough to let her know that was the truth.
ならやだ。
Then, no. I don't want to go.
ここにいれば魔女に殺されます。
If you stay here, you will be killed by the witch.
That's alright.
殺されれば
If I'm killed, I can go to the world where you are,
世界に
Kenna-kun.
行けるもん。
お嬢様、
My lady,
どうか聞き分けてください。
please be reasonable.
死者であれ僕には人の世は眩しくて辛すぎる。
The text of myself, the human world is too bright and painful.
だから長くはとどまれません。
So I cannot stay for long.
だからお嬢様、
My lady, with the time I'm allowed,
僕に許され
please
た
for
時
me to
間
guide you to a safe place.
お嬢様を安全な場所まで導くことをどうか許してください。そしたら
And after that, I'll stay with you
時
until
間
my
が
time
尽
runs
きるま
out.
でずっとお嬢様と一緒にいますから。
それが
Is that
カノン君に
the
できる
best you can do,
精一
Kenna-kun?
杯なの？
はい、
Yes.
その代わり
In exchange, I will stay by your side for every second I can, my lady.
お嬢様のそばにいるようにします。ずっとお嬢様といてお話をします。
And I will talk with you, my lady.
どんなお話？
talk about
どんなお
what?
話がいいですか？
What would you like to talk about?
カノン君が聞かせてくれるならどんな話でもいいよ。
Anything that you're willing to?
では
Well then,
勇気のない
I will tell you the story of a cowardly servant boy
臆
without
病な使
courage.
用人の少年の話を太陽のよう
About
に
a foolish and pitiful boy who felt love for a lady as radiant as the
さ
sun. And who, even though these
同
feelings
じ
were
気
confessed
持
to
ちを
him,
打ち明けられながらも臆病さに負け
lost his countenance in the end, was not
つい
viewed.
に生
He
が
drew himself while he still lived.
自分に素直になれなかった愚かで哀れな少年の話を
Yeah. Then I want to tell one too.
大好きな男の子にね。
The story of a cowardly girl
大好きだ
who
よ。
couldn't muster her courage.
勇気を振り絞れなかった。
You told the boy she loved just how much she loved them.
そしてその男の子に再会できる奇跡を神様がくださって。
And how God gave her a miracle to be reunited with that boy.
その勇気を振り絞る機会をもう一度与えてもらった女の子が
And she did.
振り絞る話を。
She did.
僕も
I also
その話を聞きたい
want
で
to
す
hear that.
だから
So for that reason
そ
as
のた
well,
めにも行きましょう
let's go
安全な場所まで
to a safe place.
Yeah.
カノン君と一緒なら
I could be with you, Kenna-kun. I
どこ
walk
までだって
however
歩く
long,
よ。
however far.
もう目なんて
I don't need eyes anymore.
カノン君が
When we step forward, I would even take a step off of a cliff.
崖の先へだって一歩を踏み出すよ。
ありがとう
Thank you.
さあお嬢
Well
様
then, my lady,
参りますよ
let us go.
最初の
The
10歩
first 10 steps.
うん。
No, not like this.
ジェシカって呼んで
She called me Jessica.
なんだ。
わかりました
Understood.
ではジェシカ
Well then, Jessica,
最初の10歩
take the first 10 steps.
踏み出して
Yeah,
カノン君
Kenna-kun.
Is this gonna be the end of the episode now? Quietly, Jessica and Cannon snuck slowly out of the servant room. Very around the corner, the witch could be seen cruelly looking down upon Nandra's corpse. The witch did not even notice their presence. However, Ronave, who was waiting at her side, met Cannon's eyes. Cannon thought, oh no, grimacing and blocking Jessica with his back. However, Ronave did not inform his master. No, maybe he did appear to chuckle. From a single one of Ronde's hands, which were joined behind his back, a single small gold butterfly appeared, flying in front of Ken as though guiding him. It was undetectable by the master he served. Ken was surprised at the magic that butterfly held. This was far more powerful than the South Barrier cannon held. He may not have known, but that power had originally been Ronobe's. Imitation of that had been given to Cannon by Kinzo, and that was what Cannon was using now. As that butterfly's stealth magic scattered gold scales, it grew smaller by bit. It probably didn't last long. Without a doubt, even that would buy them enough time to get far away from the cruel witch. Alright, my lady. Let's follow that wall and keep walking. On and on. And on.
Yeah. I'll keep on walking on and on, as far as you go.
Led and protected by the small gold butterfly, the two who were separated the wall between life and death slowly walked away towards the end of the corridor. There's no way that the evil witch would have any magic notice their flight. Until they had disappeared down the other end of the corridor, the witch never noticed that Jessica had vanished. By the time the gold butterfly that Ronve had cast out evaporated completely, Jessica had reached the parlor. Even though she would have been able to make it this far in no time if she had been able to see, as she was now, it had been a long, long adventure. Now, my lady, we reached the parlor. I will now take you to the bundle of curtains by the window. If you hide in there, you're sure to be safe. Inside the curtains?
Not bad. Not bad. I used to hide there a long time ago.
Beatrice-sama?
Huh?
Cannon called out the witch's name. Just go look around surprised, being under the sea shop, as he couldn't find the witch. He'd appear once again with a faint form. Cannon squared off against the evil witch, but Beatrice's expression was soft and actually pitying. I don't understand what kind of whim drove you to revive me. Your feelings elude me. It was a whim and nothing more. No, this is how witches should be. It took me 1,000 years to realize that. That is all. A foolish tale.
Who? Who's there?
My lady, please be quiet. She's the witch Beatrice. I'm in her debt. Could you let me be with you one more time?
The witch? Beatrice?
I am unimportant. I suggest you instead make haste and hide like you're on the shadows of the curtain. You probably don't have much time left. You should spend it in final conversation with Jessica. I see you're meeting inside a bundle of curtains. You two have quite the sense of style.
Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you for letting me be with Cannon-kun.
Just getting to know where Beetle was, so she said that while facing the wrong direction. Perhaps you could find that funny. Beetle snickered. I will now leave this room to the pair of lovers. Evil witches have no need for tales of love, you see. Allow me to retreat. Beatrice-sama. Thank you very much. No need to thank me. You know, well, that something like this isn't enough to compensate for the evil I've done.
良き魔女には感謝を選別とします。
Give my gratitude to good witches as a parting gift.
今までがどうで
I
あ
don't care
るか
about what happened before or what will happen in the future.
これからがどうであるかは知らない。しかし、
All I know is that at this
今
very
この
moment,
瞬間、あなたは間
you are
違いな
without
く
doubt
良き魔
a
女。
good witch.
おべっかが過ぎるぞ、家具めが。
You flatter me, furniture.
次に会うときは期待を。
Next time we meet, I will maybe an evil witch who will not betray your expectations.
それでは
And with that,
さらば
farewell. Vito left the parlor and closed the door. Mustering the last of her remaining magic power, she sealed the door. The fact that those two had escaped into here would eventually be noticed. Now the night twilight had been reached, no matter how much they struggled, their inescapable fate had already been decided. However, to that final moment, should be granted the time to speak with each other. Witch poured over magic power to protect their time together. So that no one would be able to follow their time together into the final moment. Just then, Vito perceived something. Her body had been detected by a magical searching technique. The cruel-hearted witch's furniture has sniffed this place out.
無粋なるは魔女のゆえんか。
So, borishness is the witch's way of doing
若
things.
き二人に
Except he doesn't even allow the two young ones to speak to each other of their love.
45データ受領
45. Data
標
received.
的称号
The main
仙
target.
台ビア
The
ガ
run is
イ
a princess related Beatrice.
客間防御壁を開
And
設
lodging parlor defense walls.
多層防御壁72層構成防壁およ
What
び
layer
魔法
defensive
カッ
wall?
ト走
In
行
two layers. Tech barrier and magic reactive armor.
客間への狙撃は
Stepping
不
into the
可能
parlor is impossible.
410へデータリンク
Get a link to 410.
410データ受領
410. Data received.
じゃあ
Then we just
仙
gotta
台様を
the
先に
princess
しち
Sydney.
ゃえばいいだけの話だに大部屋取りチェキを
Lady Beatrice.
攻撃
Permission to fireplace.
撃ってちょうだい
Go ahead and shoot.
ああ急所
Oh,
を
and
外
avoid
して
your
ね
vital areas.
バーバーに
There's something I want to ask that old hag.
410射撃
410 firing. Neat. The Justices go bow release a golden snake. It crawled down the corridor, starting from the front of the servant room, drawing a soft serpentine curved trajectory as it's made its way to the parlor. And struck through Vito's chest. The butterflies gathered, the cruel witch showed herself there along with her furniture.
仙台様
Predecessor-sama,
二度もの妨害もはや
you will not get away with obstructing us a second time.
許されようとも思わぬ。
I never thought I would.
しかしシエ
Still,
スタ
the
姉妹
Chester sisters really have
腕
gotten
の落
rusty.
ちたものよ。わらわを仕留め損なうとはな。
To think that they failed to bring me down.
それも
And twice at that. Ronove spoke in a manner befitting for a witch's butler. As she pushed aside her pain, Vito grinned and spoke up.
申し訳ありません仙台様
My apologies, Predecessor-sama.
急所を外せとのご命令です
We were ordered to avoid vital areas.
ご指示があればすぐにでも貫きま
As
す
soon as an order, if this at any time.
ピアスの穴でも
Oh, yeah.
おへその穴でも
The
お好き
earring
な
holes, the
穴
belly button hole, any hole you like.
に
Neat. The goat snake that had shot through Beetle grew even longer, drawing a helix like a morning glory vine and awaiting its next order. It was ready to pierce the vice spot as soon as the merciless witch told it to.
残忍にかけてはわらわも一歩を取るそなたが
For what reason would someone like you, using more brutal than me,
どういう
make
風
them
が吹
avoid
き回
any
すか
vital areas?
新しきベアトリーチェ
New Beatrice.
聞きたかったのよ
I want to ask you.
どういう術で
I don't
逃
want
れ
to
た
trick
の
you
か
to
知ら
escape,
ない
but
け
we
ど
were in the present we were taken
私た
out,
ち
you
はあん
know?
たを仕留めたつもりでいたのよそのまま隠れていれば逃れられたものどうして危険を冒して
Was it that you thought you could
ま
escape
た
by
現れた
hiding? You took the risk of appearing again.
のまさか若い二人をかばうためだけに戻ってきたわけ
It can't be that you came back just to protect those two young people, surely.
さーてな
Oh well. Who knows?
さっきだってそうよ
Just a second ago.
どうして恋
I need
人た
something
ちを
soft
蘇
and
ら
reviving
せ
lovers
て
and
再
reuniting
会な
them.
んて甘い真似を聞けば聞くほどにあなたは私なんて足元に
The
も
more I hear
及ば
about
ない
you, the more I learn that I
邪
don't
悪
even
な
reach up to your
ゴ
feet
ン
as an incarnation of evil.
そのあなたがどうして急にそんな生ぬるいことを始めたのかって
If you're like that, I suddenly start acting so mildly.
それを聞きたかったのよ
That's what I want to ask.
残忍ゆえに
Because I'm brutal,
わらわ
I
は
am
気まぐれ
fickle.
なのよそれを問う
How
こと
could there
に
be any
意味
meaning in
などあ
asking
ろうか
that?
シエスタ姉妹ぬえ
Chester sisters? Tell her. When she ordered that, the goat snake that was curled in a helix and sped in space moved as fast as a real snake going after its prey. And Peter's Beetle's body moved times to the front and the back, its goat tail drawing an X shape. As the ruthless witch had ordered, it drew a cross stitch through Beeto's chest. The goat thread made a squeaking sound and tormented Beetle. Rather than a goat snake aiming for its prey, it waved orders midair as if it was a sewing needle ready to sew Beetle.
あんたに限って気まぐれなんてある
When
わ
it
けない
comes to you, there's no way it was a whim.
あんたのことを
I've
聞
heard
いたわ
about you,
そして知った
and I've
わ
learned.
あんたは
Such an incarnation means that I don't even rise up to your feet.
邪悪の権下よ私は
I thought it was a truly fitting successor to you.
後継者だと思ったのなのにあなたは邪魔ばかり
But you've always been in the
ぬ
way.
るいことば
You
か
always
り
say
言って
warm,
私を
pleasant
呆れ
things
さ
that
せる
shocked me.
何があなたを
What
変えた
changed
の
you?
千年間
You explored the depths of you for 1,000 years.
その千年を翻すような何が起こったのか
I think you
そ
live
れ
just
だ
to
け
find
を
out.
知りたくて生
What
か
happened
した
to
の
overturn the
よ
millennium?
知りたくばそなたも
If
千
you
年を
want to
費
know,
やすがよいぞ
I suggest you spend 1,000 years finding out.
ぬえ
Tell her. Beeto's chest was once again sewn with a golden cross stitch. He tightened once again, squeezing fresh blood from Beeto's chest. The dense pain it caused ran in conflict with its beauty to the eye.
あんたもひょっとすると
You might actually be another one of those types who disappear when they die and don't leave a
かも
corpse.
しれないわねだからあな
So
たは
I'll kill you slowly.
でも私の質問に
But if you answer my questions honestly, I'll kill you gently.
先代様にぴったりの
I'll give you a splendid, gorgeous death, perfect for my predecessor.
水を張り
I'll sink you in a coffin filled with water and roses.
素敵でしょ
Isn't that
それでも
wonderful?
話せないの？
And you still won't talk
あなたの心変わりの理由。
about the reason for your change of heart?
Not
Not answering what she is asked is also one of the pleasures of an evil witch.
ぬえ、二つ。
Tell her. Twice.
もちろん答えてくれなくていいの。
Of course you don't have an to answer. After all, that way I get to torture you. Hallelujah.
無限の魔法は本当に素晴らしいわ。
The endless magic, the infinite magic truly is a wonderful.
思えばこの世はすべからく有限。
When you think about the world is finite in every way,
人の世に無限
infinite
な
cannot
ど
exist in the
あり
human
はし
world.
ない。それは
Because God is infinite, He deprived the world of all of infinities, so that He could look down upon it.
なればつまり無限の力とは
So in
神
other
の
words, the power of the
力。
infinite is the power of God.
遊べば遊
How
ぶ
about
ほど
where
に
you play, more you play with it, the more ways of fun you
さらに楽しい遊び方を見つけら
find.
れる素敵な力。その力を
You use that power as you please for 1,000 years and want on a rampage.
なぜ今頃になって心変わりをしたの？
Use that power. Why are you having a change of heart only now?
まさか
Don't tell me you just miss it now that you hand it over to me.
とかじゃないわよね。
惜しいものか。
How could I miss it?
そなたがそうだと信
The
じている
endless magic is not magic as you believe it to be.
魔法にあらず。真の魔法の
True magic is in a deep abyss
そなた
that you
の
most
腕は
certainly
到底
cannot
至れぬ
reach.
深淵にあるのだ。
それに気づいたから。
And you realize what that is.
それは
What
何
is it?
それに気づけず
Wander around for 1,000 years without
1000
realizing that, you foolish
愚かな魔
witch.
女よ。
ぬえ。
Tell her.
3つ。
3 times this time. They continue embroidering Beeto's chest with a golden thread. Kind even worse, causing Beetle more and more pain.
まあいいわ。
Well, whatever.
死に損ないのババアが何を達観したかなんてもう興味も何もない。
I'm not at least a bit interested anymore in what deep understanding some good as dead hag came up with.
もう飽きたからあっさり殺してあげるわ。
I'm bored now, so I'll kill you quickly.
あんたを殺せば
If I kill you, the very
100
parlor will be
万の結界は
undone.
解ける。そしたらカノンとジェシカもたっぷりいじ
I
め
know
殺
torture
してあ
can
げ
and
るわ。
just get to death a whole bunch of times.
愛し合う
You
二
don't
人
have two lovers, my
同
choice
時
at the
に
same
あなたにできる
time.
なんて
Sounds
これは
fun,
楽しそう
right?
殺せ。
Kill her. Without missing by a millimeter, the gold sewing thread shot through Beeto's heart. And his taste was worse than all the pain before that put together. Beeto finally remembered the actual feeling of dying, which he had forgotten over 1,000 years ago. But she couldn't die. She must not die. If she died, the two in the parlor would be handed over to the brutal witch. So she definitely didn't die. Resolutely. Refuse to die.
新しきベアトリーチェよ
New Beatrice.
頼みがあ
I have a request.
る客間の二人の仰せは短い時間のものだ
The lovers' meeting between the two in the parlor is to be short.
砂時計で測れ
In the
る
amount of time an hourglass can measure, Ken will probably disappear to Hades. Can you please allow them that much time?
どうか許してはくれぬか
いやよ
No way!
愛し合う
Pairing
二
part
人
to
を
love.
引き裂く
You
の
love
って
each other's fun,
悲しいでしょ
isn't it?
あなたが言ったわ
You're the one who said it.
だから私
So I wanna try
やって
it.
みたいの
ならばその
In
会
that case, I cannot allow you to enjoy that
貴様に
pleasure.
味わわせるわけにはいかぬ楽しいぞ
It is fun tearing lovers apart.
そうよね
Right.
きっと楽しい
I'm sure it
わよ
must be right.
だから邪魔しないで
So, don't get in my way.
もっと縫え
Sew her more.
縫え縫え縫え
Sew her more. Sew, sew, sew.
にひ
Nah.
410了
Okay,
解
understood.
The merciless goad sewing needle sewed its golden thread through Vito's heart over and over again. However, no matter how much it tightened, the heart did not stop.
まだまだこの程度では足りぬな
This isn't nearly enough.
この程度で
You'll have to do better than this to kill me.
何をしてるの
What are you
この
doing?
ババアの
Make
おに
this
止め
old
なさい
hat stop talking.
早く殺す
Kill
な
her
よ
quickly.
殺してます
We are.
何度も
Even though we've sewn the short arms in pieces several times.
こいつの心臓
But heart won't
止まらないん
stop.
ですあんた不死身
Are you immortal?
まさか
Of course not.
そなたに無
I've
限
handed the endless
は
over
譲
to
り
you.
渡した鼓動を刻み
There's a limit to how many more times my heart can beat.
たかが知れているだがそれを一つ余計に刻む
However, if I'm making it be just one time extra, I can give the two in this room even slightly longer to themselves.
その程度の抵抗
I'll
を
continue that meager resistance for all of eternity.
縫え
So,
こいつの心
Keep
臓の
showing
動
your
きを
heart
止めるまで
stops
縫い
beating.
続けよ なんでこいつ死な
Why
ないの
doesn't she die?
ありえない
This is impossible.
心臓を縫い縛ってるのに
The heart is sewn in place.
なんで
So why
らないの
doesn't it stop?
ならいいや心臓を内側から爆
Fine
破してや
then.
る
I'll make the heart explode from the inside, yeah?
かわいそうに逆らわなければ綺麗に死
How
ねた
pitiful!
のに
And how you could have died cleanly rather resisted.
The Yo needle and thread made round trips over and over again as they spoke, and still Beetle didn't expire. The barbarous witch was at last starting to turn pale at how unnatural this was.
お前一体何者なの？
What in the world are you? You probably cannot understand. Even I didn't understand. But still. Somehow or another, it seems that this is true magic. In other words, I have now become it. I have become a true witch!
心臓内部で爆心固定。
Center of explosion, stabilizing hot interior.
瞬間準備よし。
Primed and ready.
爆破。
Detonate!
There was a deafening sound, and gold leaf and flutter of gold butterflies were scattered through the area. Beetle's chest had opened wide from the inside. And from that, gold butterflies and gold leaf erupted, staining the surroundings area gold. Then Beetle's body crumpled. Like a puppet whose strings had been cut, she crumpled and sank down to the floor. However, in the air, a heart of gold tied by gold threads floated and continued to beat.
そんな。
What the heck?
化け物だ。
Monster!
When the Cheshire Sisters saw that, they fell on their behinds in shock. Somehow, even though Beetle had become nothing more than a heart, it still kept beating. Still kept beating, continuing to protect the barrier to the parlor. This is immeasurably immense magical power. Impossible to measure. In other words, infinite and endless.
無限の魔女は私でしょ。
I'm the endless witch, right?
なんでこのババアこんなになっても生きてんのよ。
Why is this old hag still alive after all this?
シエスタ姉妹、
Chester Sisters!
あの心臓を砕くのよ。早く。
Quickly! It's impossible! My apologies!
私たちにはで
We
きま
can't
せ
do
ん。
that!
無理でしょう。
It is probably impossible. No number of people could crush this heart. Much less the likes of the soldiers who serve under His Highness the Dragon King.
なら
In that case,
無限の魔女である私なら打ち砕けるということでしょ。私の力は神の力だもの。
my power is a god's power!
恐れながら
I'm afraid to say
あなた様の
that your power
ベアトリーチェ様
will
の
leave a
無限
single scratch on Beatrice Sama's endless nature.
それはどういう意味よ。
Just, what do you mean by that?
影を知らずして光が
In
ない
the same way, there is no light without knowledge of shadows.
有限を知らずして
There's also no endless without knowledge of the limited.
ベアトリーチェお嬢様の
If when my lady Beatrice's true endless power, your flimsy magical power is a very, very lacking.
とてもとても及びません。
何よそれ。
What is that supposed to mean?
The cruel witch stepped back in surprise. It was more transparent than a lace curtain. Abihu's form, no, Beatrice's form, was still standing there. Even after taking on this wretched appearance, she would not allow evil through that door. At that time, a shadow just as faint as Beatrice stood behind her. It was Canon.
ベアトリーチェ様
Beatrice-sama,
ありがとうございま
thank
し
you
た
very much.
このご恩は忘れません
I will not forget this favor you have done for me.
恩の数恨みの数を超え
I shall hear those words again when the number of my favors surpasses the number of grievances I have caused.
もう一度聞こうぞ。もう良いのか。
Are you done?
はい
Yes.
本当にありがとうございました
Thank you very much.
そしてベアトリーチェ様ももう大丈
And
夫です
Beatrice-sama, you have also done enough.
どうかお楽になさってください
Be at peace. Is that so? So, this is enough.
What? 何よ
What? What's going on?
なんであんたたちは
Why are you guys calling
先
a
代の
person's
バカ
head
をベアトリーチ
Beatrice?
ェと呼ぶのよ。ベアトリーチェは
Beatrice
私
is
の
my
名前で
name,
しょ。
right?
新しき黄
It should be
金の
my
魔女
name as the
そ
new
し
Golden
て
Witch and Endless
無
Witch,
限の魔女であ
right?
る私の名前のはずよ。
無礼な
What gal?
ベアトリーチェ様の
How
名を
dare you
語る
assume
な
Beatrice-sama's name?
恐れながら
I am afraid to say
ベアトリーチェ様の名
that
は
the name of Beatrice-sama should be taken by the person who can be crowned as the Endless
名乗
Witch.
られるべきもの。今や先代はあなた様を指すものでございますよ。
And now the term Brezza refers to you.
What? Oh, what did you say?
さらばだ。か
Farewell, Canon.
どうせすぐに出会うさ。
I'll meet you soon anyway,
新しき悪夢
in a new nightmare.
新しい夜の悪夢にて
In the
再び
nightmare of a new
ベア
night,
トリーチェ様の
I
も
once
と
again be your companion, Beatrice-sama.
これで
With that,
失
if
礼
you
い
would
たします
excuse me. Canon's form grew faint, and it disappeared into thin air. I watched him go, Beatrice's form also grew faint, and before disappearing, it slumped over onto the floor. Then, there was a splat. The one heart, which had been floating in the air, had lost its sparkle, become blood-stained flesh, and fallen to the ground. how frail it was. It was ragged and faux. Until now, it had sparkled so much and continued to beat forcefully. That heart still barely managed to beat. However, it was only a matter of time before it stopped. Beatrice, whose form had become fragile and faint like incense smoke, lay on the floor. Steadily watching her own heart. There, the cruel witch could see it.
How are you, Endless?
現にこうしてぶっ倒れてるじゃない。
Have face reality. You're collapsing evil on the floor, aren't you?
有限のある無限なんて
Endless with limits.
そんな
That's
矛
a
盾存在す
contradiction.
るわけもない
It can't be possible.
これがあんたの魔法の
This
限
is the
界
limit
な
of your
の
magic.
有限は無限に劣る
The limit is inferior to the infinite.
Beatrice no longer had the energy to respond. No, in fact, it was doubtful whether the words of the cruel witch even reached her ears.
あんたが本当に無限の魔女なら立ち上がってみ
If
な
you're
さい
a
よ
real endless witch, try standing up.
どう
Well,
立てないでし
you
ょ
can't, can you?
どうして立てないと思う
Why can't? Do you think you can't stand up?
あんたが無限の魔女じゃないからよ
It's because you aren't an endless witch.
Versus witch spoke Beatrice's heart with a fingernail. Beatrice had no words with which to respond to that provocation. However, instead of words, she returned a single expression. It looked insultingly only to the cruel witch. As she had gently curved her mouth and smiled. Footsteps were approaching that place. There was no way she could mistake them. That boisterous noise of shoes against the ground was the sound of Balor's footsteps.
バトラック
A battler, is it?
偉そうなこと
For all of my talk, I have ended this.
ざまよ そなたの言う
I've been trying to
魔女というの
become
わらわなりに
the true witch you talked
頑
about
張ってみたさ
in my own way.
ああ
Yeah,
見てたぜ
I was watching.
なあこれでわらわ
Hey, have I now been able to become a witch?
そなたの対戦相手の
Have I earned the qualification to become your opponent?
ダメだな
No good. Balor said that unbelievably bluntly. Ping with breath, Beatrice saw that and stared at herself as though she should have expected it. Is that so?
そうか本当の
It seems I still have an uphill struggle ahead of me on the road to becoming a true witch.
だが
However,
わらわは屈しぬぞ
I will not surrender.
そなたが
Say how you never surrendered to my torture.
並みに決して屈しなかったように
I would definitely become a true
魔女に
witch
よってそなたの
and be accepted
相手に
as your opponent.
認められて
ああダメだ
Yeah, that's no good.
全然ダメだ
No goddamn good at all.
お前は俺の対戦
You
相手
aren't
じゃな
my
い
opponent. The brutal witch raised her foot high. Below was Beatrice's frail heart.
死ねよババア
Die, you old hag!
ぐちゃっと潰れて
Didn't show
それでも
Ellie's
無限が
already
示せるってんなら
been
示してごらんなさいよ。魔女は私
I
よ。
am the witch!
黄金の魔女ベ
I
ア
am
ト
the
リーチェは
golden witch
私なの
Beatrice!
よ。死ね
Die!
Yeah! It's no good! It's no goddamn good at all!
What? Oh, what is this? What? Oh, where am I?
In your seat.
俺の対戦
My
相手は
opponent
ベアト
isn't
じゃない
Beto.
てめえだ
It's you.
バトル
Battler?
これは何の
What
魔
kind
法
of
なの
magic is this?
どうでもいいわ
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
シエスタ姉妹
Touch the scissors.
45了解カッコ射撃
45 understood. Individual firing.
410了解
410 understood. Die, battler.
The Chesters readied their own golden bows and fired golden arrows. The two only pose the bowstring together when using precision and guidance. They were fighting against enemy before their eyes. They fired the bows at the same time. The power was no different from what it normally was.
It was deflected.
結界はない
No better. It was deflected with resistance alone. 45.
測定
Target measures.
45了解
45 understood. What? This is. Am I broken?
故障しているの計測値が暴走
Every
し
measurement is going berserk.
対魔法抵抗力
Anti-magic resistance. Endless 9. Even mystical class magical attacks have no effect on that target.
通用しません
The warheads of the golden bows can penetrate any magical armor with their mutual corrosion. When hitting block that using the anti-magic resistance hat, even something with 8 digits won't escape penetration. Furthermore, even among the famous gods that appear in myths, there are not many who reach resistance set of 9 digits. For that reason, 9 digits were enough to measure almost all magical values. Tyler filled all 9 of those digits with 9s.
愚か
How foolish!
な本気のバトラー
When Balor saw my serious, mere magical arrows can't even succeed in making his hair tremble. The Chester sisters dropped their golden bows in shock. To this Balor, it felt even less perceptible than 2 dragonflies passing by his sides.
何やってんだてめえら
What the hell are you guys doing?
遊んでるのかよ
Are you playing or something?
Monster!
ザコは下がって
If
いろ
your name's on Eva, get the hell out of here!
席につけ
And you, get your seat, you goddamn fake witch!
てめえの
I'll
バケ
tear
の
that mask
皮
of yours
俺
right
が
off! The Chester sisters couldn't hide their fear at Balor's ferocity, and they backed up as though they had been struck. He just watched the scene in shock. But, Balor? What is this supposed to be?
真似なのか
見ての通りさ
Just what you're seeing.
俺の対戦
My
相手は
opponent
お前じゃ
isn't
ない
you.
そいつだ
It's her.
そこにいる
The ambassador over there
お
who's
前
assuming
の
your
名前
name.
を語る偽物さ 俺は魔女と戦っている
I'm fighting against witches.
そして
My method of denying them is to make anyone who calls themselves witch my opponent and crush them.
そいつを打ち破ることで魔女を否定する。てめえの傍若無人
I've seen more
は
than enough of your
たっ
arrogance.
ぷり見させてもらったぜ。
Then Balor's eyes grew as sharp as blades as he fixed his eyes on the cruel witch.
何が魔法だ。
Magic my ass!
何が魔
Witch
女
is
だ。
my ass!
てめえは
You
魔
aren't
女じゃ
a
ない。
witch!
俺が化け
I'll
の
rip
皮
that
を
mask
剥
off
いて
and
バラ
tear
バ
it
ラ
to
にしてやる
shreds!
ぜ。悪気や。
Virgilia,
戦闘準
you're
備だ。
ready to fight!
了解しました。
Understood.
準備よし。
Preparations are
いつでもど
complete,
うぞ。
so go whenever you're ready.
ベアトリーチ。
Beatrice,
あなたは下がって
you
休み
stay
な
back
さい。
and rest. Beetle looked at Balor timidly. She didn't acknowledge as his opponent. Was she qualified to watch the game board from the sidelines?
ベアト、下がっていいだろ。
Beetle, stay back and watch.
俺が剥ぐ。
I'll tear it off.
このエセ魔女を。
I'll take this fake
徹底的
witch
に分解して
completely
やる。
apart.
こんな奴を魔
I
女
don't
と
let
は
someone
名乗
like
ら
this
せ
call
られね
themselves a witch.
え。お前は
You protect the honor of
本当
true
の魔女の名
witches.
誉を守った。
わらわわ。
何も言う必要はない。
You don't need to say anything.
黄金の魔女の
On
名
your
は決
behalf,
して安っ
I'll
ぽく
teach
な
you
い
that
って
the name of
こ
the
とを
Golden Witch definitely
お
isn't
前
that
に
cheap.
代わって教えてやら。
Battler.
大まかなルールは以上で
Those are the general rules.
ありがとう、ロノウェ。
Oh, thanks, Sonobe.
大体のルールは
I get most of the rules now.
なるほどね。
I see.
魔法では
You can't win with magic, so you came to face me in a world where victory is by something other than magic.
私に一騎打ちを挑んできたわけね。愚かな連中。
Foolish people.
へりくつで
You were thinking you went against me with twisted logic?
ああ、思ってる。
Damn right I do.
てめえのへりくつを
Of course, all your twisted
俺が
logic
全
and
て
Eva.
叩き潰してやるぜ。エヴァおばさんよ。
Eva? I heard just now.
私はエヴァではない
I
わ。
am not Eva.
それは私の
That's the
古
thing
い
they don't
抜け
show
殻
that
の
he
名よ。
said.
私は彼
I
女
am
の
a
うちに
true
生まれ
witch
た
born
本
inside of
当の
her.
魔女。
ごまかすな。
Don't try to trick me. Your true form isn't a witch or anything like that, but flesh and blood human.
人間の
The human culprit. Ushiromia Eva!
悪気りや。
Virgilia, reconstruct the second Twilight.
了解。
Understood.
第二の番は
On the second Twilight, Rose and Maria were killed in the Rose Garden.
当方はそれを
We make our first move by applying the Eva Culprit theory.
は
Ha!
あ、バカバカしい。
Ridiculous.
さあさあ、
Come
おい
on,
でな
Rise,
さい
try to
思
remember.
い出してごらんなさい。後ろ宮
What form did
秀吉がどんな
Ushiromia
姿
Hideyoshi
をしてい
have?
たのか。
What?
何の真似をし
What's
やが
this supposed to be?
死者の召喚。
It's summoning of the dead.
魔女は
It's easy for a witch to bring back even the dead for the
死者
stand for
を正せる
testimony.
こともたやすい。
And Uncle Hideyoshi, who you see right through, was summoned. Magic sure is convenient. You look as though you couldn't see what was going on here, almost like a person on the other side of a TV.
証人喚問。
The witness summoned.
後ろ宮
Ushiromia
秀吉
Hideyoshi's testimony.
さあさあ、秀吉。
Come on, Hideyoshi,
お話しなさいな。
speak.
わしは部屋でずっと
I was saying Karen
エヴァ
Bell
の
in the
看
room the
病
whole
をしとったん
time.
や。もちろんエヴ
Evidently
ァが部
the
屋を
room
出
either,
る
of
わけは
course.
あらへん。
エヴァおばさん。
Aunt Eva.
ここじゃ。
Around here, testimony that isn't read isn't worth craps.
赤で
And
最
here
後
that
の
he
負傷を
repeats it
要求
again
する。
in red.
ああ、そうだったわね。
Oh, that's right.
いいわよ。
Sure,
後で言ってあげなさい。
わしはずっと部屋におったで。
I was in the room the whole
事
time.
件の前後の時間帯は
Both
全て
before and after the time period of the crime.
さあ、ほら。
See, look.
これでエヴァが
This makes it impossible for Eva to be the culprit.
どうかしてくれ
How
る
will you
のか
counter
しら。
this?
バカバカしい。
Are you fucking kidding me?
くだらなさすぎて。
I'm so pathetic I could
あくびが出る
yawn.
一手だ。ベアとは一度たり
You'll
と
never use such childish
こんな
tricks.
子供だま
Not
し
even
に
once.
打ったことはない。
Battler. Repetition requested.
エヴァおばさんも
Aunt Eva was also in the room the entire time before and after the time period of the crime.
秀吉おじさんはただのアリバイ工
Hideyoshi
作員
was just there to create an alibi.
あんたはお
He
じ
made
さん
Uncle
に
stay in the
留
room
守
and
をさ
stealthily
せ
snuck out.
こっそり部屋を抜け出していたんだそうでないなら
If that isn't true, this guy should be
こいつが
able to say
赤で
so
言
in
えるはず
red.
だぜ
復唱拒否
Decline repetition.
秀吉の証言だけで十分よ
Hideyoshi's testimony is sufficient.
それを復唱
There's
する
no need to
必要
repeat
は
that,
ないでしょ
right?
降りてきましたね。
She's backed down. Mercy is unnecessary.
これでチェック。
This is check.
ああいただき
Yeah,
だ
I'll
ぜ
take it. This one is a piece of cake.
チェック
Check.
秀吉おじさんは
Hey, Uncle Hideyoshi didn't leave the room the whole time.
しかしあんた
But
の
saying he was
管理を
taking
してい
care
た
of
とい
you the
う
whole
のは
time
真っ
is a
赤な嘘
barefaced
だ
lie.
よってあんたの
Therefore,
アリ
no
バイは
alibi
存在
exists
し
for
ない
you.
あんたには部屋を抜け出して
You had a chance to slip out of the
ロー
room
ザお
and
ばさ
kill
んたちを
Auntie
殺す
Rosa
チャ
and
ンスがあっ
Maria.
たかわせるってんなら赤で
You think you can dodge that? Try playing in red that Auntie Eva didn't
と
step
宣言してみ
take
ろ
a step outside of the room.
できねえだろ
You can't write.
チェックメイトだ
Checkmate.
何よそれ
What is that?
わけがわ
I
か
don't
んない
get
悪いなおば
it. Sorry,
さん
Auntie.
たとえルールに不慣れであっても
Even if you aren't used to the rules, being your opponent down with all your trick, this is how this game is played.
なベアト
Isn't it? Beto? Mm-hmm.
魔女かは
The witch side resigns.
次のゲーム
Let's continue on to the next game.
続きますは第4から
Next is the fourth
第
Twilight
6
to
の番
the
で
sixth
ございます
Twilights. Seeing the witch still didn't understand how to approach things and was losing her composure and irritation. Probably also hearing that a shot had been taken at her while she still didn't get what was going on. But I won't go easy on her at all. Just like she didn't go easy on the victims, I won't go the slightest bit easy on her.
ワルギリア次の事件だ
Virgilia, next crime.
親父たちの事件を
Let's
最高
construct the issue with the dad on the rest.
了解。
Understood.
ルドルフ、キリエ、秀吉の3人は
Kirie,
屋敷へ向か
Kirei,
い
and
そこで
Hideyoshi.
殺されました。
These three people went to the mansion and were killed there.
俺からの指し手は変わらない
My move won't change.
エヴァおばさん
Auntie Eva, you are the culprit.
今度は秀吉おじさんのア
This
リバ
time
イ
you
す
don't
ら
even
ね
have
え
an
ぞ
alibi for Uncle Hideyoshi.
あんたはたった
You
一
claim
人
that
で
you
部
were
屋
sitting in
で
the
寝
room
ていたと
all
主張
by
している
yourself.
しかしそれは虚偽だ
But that is untrue.
赤で宣言できるものならしてみ
You
や
can
が
blame
れ
your red. Just try it.
拒否するわ
I refuse.
なら教
So
えて
tell me then.
エヴァはただの
Eva's just a
女
woman.
よそして殺
And
さ
the
れた
people
のは
were killed with
銃
three
を
adults and
2
two
丁を持
guns,
つ大人が
right?
3人よ彼女がたった一
How'd
人
you
で
kill
ど
them all
う
by
やって
yourself?
殺したというの狂気の杭でどうやっ
How'd you
て
deal with those stakes as weapons?
話によく出る
How is the stake shooting
杭の
device
射
everyone
出
keeps
機って
talking about
どんな構
constructed?
造をしているのよそれを説明してよ
Explain that.
それが説明で
Sounds
きない
good.
限
Even
り
if
エヴ
Eva
ァにアリ
doesn't
バイ
have
が
an
ないとして
alibi,
もエヴァに殺
it
人が
doesn't
可
mean
能だ
that
っ
it's
たこと
possible
に
for
は
Eva to
な
commit
らない
murder.
説明拒否
Decline explanation.
悪魔の証明だ
It's a devil's proof.
説明不能だ
You
から
can't
といっ
refute the
て
existence of an unknown
Michi no
mercenary
satsugai
or
hofu.
unknown weapon just because
も
it's
しくは
impossible to
未知の狂気の
explain.
存在を否定できないつまり
In short,
俺が杭の
given I can't explain how the stake shooting device is constructed, that
その
doesn't
存在
disprove
を
its
否定することに
existence.
はならない
何よそれ
What is that?
そんなめちゃくちゃって
Is that
通る
madness
の
allowed?
悪魔の証明
The devil's proof.
有効です
Valid.
同じく
Agreed.
悪魔の証明
Devil's proof.
有効です
Valid.
バトラ君はその射出機の
Valid
構造を
you
説
can
明する
claim that a
義
stake
務
shooting
を負わ
device
ずに
exists
その
without
存在
bearing
を主張
responsibility
で
to
き
explain how it is constructed.
魔女側はこの手を反
The
論で
witch
きません
side cannot object to this move.
やるではないか
Not bad.
なん
How pushy.
どこぞの小悪魔女に
Oh, there's this ill-natured witch who trained me well.
これでチェックだぜ。
There's a check. Got it?
エヴァおばさんが部屋から一歩も出てないと赤で言ってみろ。
Pressing read that Auntie Eva didn't take a step out of that room.
そうさ、言えるはずは
That's
ない
right.
のさ。
There's no way you'll be able to say it.
言えないならば
You can't say it's over. Checkmate.
なんて暴論。
That's so irrational!
こんなの
This is
めちゃくちゃよ。
そういうルールのゲームでございます。
Those are the rules of the game.
まずは紅茶
How
飲み
about
いかがで
some
すか？
black tea first?
美味しいクッキーもご
We
ざい
also
ま
have
す。
some delicious cookies, you know.
いらないわよそんなの。あ
I don't need all that!
あイライラする
Oh,
わ。
that pisses me off!
魔法で勝てないからっ
To
て
fight like
こ
a
んな
coward
卑
just
怯
because
な
you can't win with
戦い
magic?
イラつくなよ。
Don't get irritated.
紅茶でも飲めよ。
Drink some black tea or something.
俺はストレート
I'll
だ。
take mine straight. After all, you're a bit young, so I think you'll need some sugar.
ベアとは
How about you, Beto? I'm fine. More importantly, Ballard, don't let your guard
油
down.
断するな。向こうがルー
Your
ルを
opponent's merely unfamiliar with the rules.
向こうが要
He
領を
will start
つか
in
む
earnest once your opponent gets the feel for it.
だが潰す。
But I'll crush her.
徹底的に潰す。
I'll thoroughly crush her.
なぜなら奴
That's
は
because she isn't a witch.
魔女ではないからだ。あいつを魔女だと認めたら
If I accept her as a witch, our summoness counts for nothing.
いかなる暴論で
I
あろ
don't
う
care
と
what kind of
へりくつで
irrational
あろう
argument,
と
twisted logic I have to use.
俺が全身
I'll crush her
全
with
霊で
all my heart
叩
and
き潰す。
soul. Outside, then stuck with the Eva Cobra theory to explain Kraus and Natsui. The 7 and 8 Twilights in the exact same way. At that time, there had been no one on the first floor guest house to give to Eva and the victims. As before, no one could establish an alibi for Eva. At the time, Eva claimed that it disappeared while she was in the laboratory. But nothing supported that, and the witch side couldn't repeat that in red either. With the same argument she used to ask out the construction of the shooting machine, we decided once again as how Eva could have strangled both of them at the same time all by herself. Of course, Balor splendidly counterattacked by refusing to explain because of the devil's proof. Under the storm and stress of Balor's spirit, the witch side was completely swallowed up. I was forced to resign 3 times during the short period of time she had to grasp the rules.
なるほどね。
I see!
ようやくコ
I'm
ツが
finally
分か
starting to
っ
get
て
the
きた
knack of it!
もうあんたの
I
思
don't
い
let
通
things
り
go
に
your
こ
way
とは
because you
運ば
want
せ
them to
ないわよ。
anymore!
今度は私から仕掛けさ
This
せてもらう
time,
わ
let。me take the initiative.
ロノウェ
Ready? We can do
第
the
4
4th
か
through
ら第
6th
6の
Twilight!
番を再構築。後ろ宮キリエをピック
Hey, yeah,
ア
Shiro
ップ。
Miyakire!
ここで一度
Now we return the murders of Rudolph, Kira, and Hideyoshi for the 4th through 6th Twilights.
What is she thinking?
一度は
How would she return once more to a board seat she's already resigned from?
なるほど。
I see.
あなたは刺さない。
This is a rare
珍しい
attack
戦略
which you do not use.
注意して。
Be careful.
当時生存者たちは
At the time, the survivors barricaded the guest house.
食料が
They
な
didn't
か
have
っ
a
たけれ
food,
ど
but out of concern for the
彼ら
safety,
は安
they
全
were
を
at
考
least prepared to
え
go without eating
翌
into the
日
next
まで
day.
食事を抜く覚悟さえあったけれど
However, in the end, 3 of them went out for food.
そうだな。
That's right.
結局
At the end, 3 people went
3
outside to
人は
get
食
food.
料を取りに表へ出る。
面倒だから赤を交えて語るわ
I'm
よ
gonna add in some red as I speak, because it'll be a pain
キ
otherwise.
リエは食料はい
Kira
らない
didn't
と
think
考
they
え
needed food.
一日くらい食事を抜いても死なないのだから
Since going without food for a day won't kill them, she claimed they should not leave the guest house.
にもかかわらず彼女は自ら食料を取りにゲストハウスを出よう
And
と
yet she herself suggested they leave the guest house to get food.
これは矛盾しない
Isn't that a contradiction?
はい。見事に
Yes,
矛
a
盾します
spectacular contradiction.
キリエの行
It
動
contradicts
式に
Kira's
矛盾し
pattern
ま
of
す
behavior.
その矛盾は私が魔
That
法で作
contradiction
り
was
出した
created by
の
me using magic.
Wow! Oh wow, she's really shit at this. Ah yes! It's not like Kirei could have an alternative, like a fucking hidden motive for doing that. No, no way! Totally impossible.
つまり
In other words, I can show Kirei using our emitter stay that to lure the sacrifices outside.
生贄たちが外出するように誘導した。
バカバカしい。
Are you kidding me?
そんな魔法
There's no way that
あるわ
kind
け
of
ない
magic exists.
悪魔の証明よ。
It's a devil's proof,
マ
though.
ドラ君が
Just because you know about that magic doesn't prove its
存在を否
existence.
定することにはならない。そしてその
I don't know with respect to acting out that magic
私
for
は
you.
実演する義務も負わない。それでいて、
And yet you
さら
sound
に
over
あ
to
なた
counter
に
this
は反論の
argument.
余地もない。こういう戦い方でよろしいのかしら。
I wonder if it's alright to fight this way.
はい。
Yes.
実にお見
Truly
事
is
な
a
一手です。
spectacular move.
マトラ様。
Paolo-sama, your response of you, please.
おかしな論法に
Sure
持
have
ち込ん
brought
でき
in
やが
a
ったぜ。
weird argument.
つまり
Run that by
どう
me
いう
again?
ことだ。
後ろ宮桐江の行動式に対して駒を打ってきました。
She has made a play against Ushinomiya Kirei's pattern of behavior,
すでに説明が
as has already been explained.
桐江は食料を屋敷に取りに外へ出るべきではないという行動式を持ってい
Kirei's
ま
pattern of
し
behavior
た
had her saying that they should not go outside and enter the mansion in order to get food.
にもかかわらず彼女は率
Yet
先
even
して
so, she took the initiative
食料を取りに行こうという矛盾した行動を
and
とり
took the
ます。
contradictory action of such a thing going to get food.
この矛盾が説明できない
As long as
限
you
り
can explain this
それを
contradiction,
魔法
this
である
violent
と
move
主張
claims
す
that
る
was due
暴
to
力的な手です。
magic.
そりゃ最初はキリエさ
Well,
んもそう
Kiri-san
考
probably
えてた
thought that too in the beginning.
しかし多分
She probably
その
thought about various things midway.
やっぱり食
Had
料
a
は
change
必
of
要
heart,
だろ
deciding
う
that
と
food really
心
was
変わりしたってこ
necessary.
となんだろう。いざという
It would
時
be a problem if, due to hunger, we had no energy when we needed it most. And, well,
その心変わりが
she's saying this change of heart is due to
魔
magic.
法によるものだと主張しているのです。つまり
In short, while it might be extremely difficult, you must explain the reason for Kiri's change of
桐江
heart.
が心変わりした理由を説明しなければならない
The
ので
death.
す。
なんだって
Oh, what?
そんな
But that's asking me what was inside
キリエ
Kiri's
さん
son's
の
own
頭の中の
head.
話だろ。こっちにもキリエ
Can
さん
I
の霊
also
を召
summon
喚して
Kiri's
質
son's
問する
ghost
こと
and
できない
question
のか。
her something?
ベアト
Vito?
お前キリエ
Can
さん
you
を
go
呼び出して
Kiri-san
できない
here
の
or
か。
something? Am I getting all when does this do?
できません。
She cannot.
それは魔女
That
側
is a
の
move
みが
permitted
許さ
only
れ
to
てい
the
る
witch
手です。
side. Sorry. Ah, damn it all!
多分だな。
Probably, thinking of
俺た
us
ち子供
kids
の
and,
ことを考えてその
on the whole, thought that
やっ
food
ぱり
was
食
really
料は必要
necessary
だろう
and,
と総合的に考えて。
それを客観的に
you
主
must
張
take
しな
that
けれ
claim
ばなりません。
objectively.
桐江が
You require tangible evidence of a big reason for
食料
Kirei changed her
が
mind.
必要である
Is that food
と
really
心変わ
was
りした
necessary?
具体的な例えば
For example, if someone heard her say that, it was written down somewhere.
何かに書き残したとか。
残念だけどその心変わりの理由は誰にも語られて
Too
おら
bad!
ず
No reason or change her mind was ever told to anyone, no one ever written down! Therefore, you can only speculate as to what was inside Kirei's nine.
つまり証明は不能
So it's impossible to prove.
私の手に対し
You don't have a single
あなたは
counter
一
to my
切の反撃
move.
の一手を持たない今度はあんた
It's your
が
turn to
リザイ
resign
ンす
now,
る番なのよ
Balakun.
バトラ君
心変わりの理由な
It
ど
is possible to hypothesize endlessly as the reason behind her change of hearts.
そして
And it is impossible to crush all those endless
全
possibilities.
て潰しきることは不可能。
肉肉しいほどに
But a
見事な
desperately
一手でございます
spectacular move.
マトラ様にこれを切り返す方法があるとすれば
If Paolo-sama would have a method of countering, it would probably only be that move. What move is that?
何なのか。
さて
Well, now.
どのような
I wonder what kind of move it could be.
お嬢様の得意
I have
な
a
手だ
feeling
った
that was my
ような
lady's
気もします
specialty, but I cannot
私は
remember it.
思い出せません
ケチケチしないで話せ。
Quit being stingy and tell me.
ベアトリーチェ、
Beatrice.
自らの
There is
思考
no
を
answer that will be
停止させる
given
者
to
に
those who
与
stop
えられる
thinking
答えはありま
for
せん。
themselves.
考えなさい。
Think.
あなたなりの考えで。
Think in your own way.
とっととリザインしたわ。
Why don't you resign now?
ついでにさらに赤で追い詰めて
Occurring
あげ
even
る
more
わ。
with red.
キリエはね、死ぬ最後の瞬間まで食料を取りに行かない
Until the
イコ
instant
ール
she,
屋敷
before
に
she
行かない
died,
という
Kiri
行動
maintained her
式を維持して
time behavior,
た
which states, I won't go to the mansion to get food.
にもかかわらず率
And
先
then
し
she
て
took
屋
advantage
敷
of the
に
mansion.
台車を押して
She's pushing
食
a
料
cart
を
trying to carry
運ぼうとした
food.
わ。その矛盾はな
Why
ぜ？
that contradiction?
私が魔法で操ったから。
Because I controlled her with magic.
これこそが
This is the proof that my
私の魔法
magic
が
exists
実
and that
在し
I am a
私
witch.
が魔女である証拠なの。
Shut your damn mouth. Are you saying she never changed her mind?
キレ様、死ぬまでずっと食料はいらない。
The whole
屋敷には
time
行
she
かない
died,
と思って
Kiri-san
た。
thought we don't need food?
なら、なんで自分から進んで食料を取り
Why
に
she
行
said
こ
so
う。
for
屋敷
herself and
に
say
行
that
こ
they
う
should
なん
go
て言い
get
出すん
food
だ。
and go to the mansion.
魔法でキリエさんが
You're
操
saying
ら
that
れていたって
Kiri-san was
言
being
うの
controlled
か。
with magic? How am I meant to
どう
break
やって
through
こ
this
の魔法を
magic?
打ち破ればいいんだ。キリエさんがここにいてくれて。
Only Kiri-san were here and just told us the reason behind her change of heart.
いや、
No, I've already been told and read that she never changed her mind.
奴に赤で言われちまった。どうすりゃいいんだ。
What should I do?
人間側に
There's no move that the human side can
反
counter
撃
with.
で。
このゲームって
The more I learn about this game, the more advantageous the roles seem for the witch, don't
た
they?
とえいくつの
Give the witch
局面
lose
に
all
負
of
けた
their
と
use,
して
she's
も
gonna win in just
たった
one
一つ
with
だ
that
け
alone
勝
so
て
you
れば
fought her
それ
expertise.
だけで魔女は存在を誇示できる。つまり
In other words, Falcon, you really have no way to know witches other than
魔女
complete
を否定す
victory.
る方法はないの。ここまで私のことを散々エヴァ呼ばわりして追い詰めてきたつもりの
You
よう
call
だ
me
けど
Eva all these times and seem to be under the impression you were cornering me.
あなたの尊敬する
Ah,
キリエ
it's
さ
all
ん
been
一人
turned
の
over by
頭の中
nothing
の
more
話
than
だ
the
けで
insiders
全
of
てが
active
ひっくり返っ
Kire-san's
ちゃうの
head.
ね。
Don't you think that's funny?
しちゃいなさいよ。リ
Just
ザ
do
イ
it! Resign!
ン認めちゃえば。
Why don't you just accept it forever?
負けちゃえば。
Why don't you just lose forever?
くそ
Damn it!
人間には
It's impossible for the human to show.
死者が何を
Can't do anything but guess what the dead were thinking when they acted.
推測の域を出ない。しかも推測程度じゃ魔
The
法を
more I
否定
can't
で
deny
きない。
magic just by conjecture.
魔法を打ち
Back
破
to the
るた
magic
め
and
に
the
は
objective evidence was why Kiri-san
キリエ
had
さ
a
んが
change
ど
of
うして
heart.
心変わりしたのか。でも畜生
Damn it!
どうして食料が欲しい
It's
と
I
心
was
変わ
told
りした
in
のか。
red that I'm
その証拠
incompetent
は
and we
存在
can't
しない
change
と赤
that.
で言われちまってる。どうすりゃいいん
What should I
だ。
do? Damn it! Damn it!
畜生
バトラ様、
Battler-sama, may I take it that
よ
you
ろしいですか。
resign?
食料を取
I
りに行
won't
かない。
go to the mansion and get food.
やしても
But how should I understand Kiri-san's thoughts, which actually do contradict?
どう理解すればいいんだ。
理解なんかできないわ
You
よ。
can't understand.
理解不能、解釈
It's
不能。
impossible to understand,
そ
impossible
れ
to
って魔女のものだもの。
That darkness is all of the witch.
さあさ考えても
Come on, it's
無
usual
駄
things
に
to quit, alright.
あなたに魔女を
So
否
we
定す
can
ること
deny
なんて
witches.
できやしな。だって
I mean, look at me.
私は
I
こうして存在
exist.
するんだもの。私こそは黄金の魔女。
I am the golden witch.
そこにいる魔
I
女
saw
の
that
魔
name,
女
the
から
four
名
witch
前を
over
奪い取
there.
った。あなたに
You can't
私が
deny
ベ
that
ア
I
トリ
am
ーチェである
Beatrice.
ことを否定などできないのよ。
くそ
Damn it! You have no right to say that name!
貴様にね。なのに
And yet,
それを否定
I
する
can't think of any move to deny that! Alex can only counter that witch who is laughing diversely in triumph. You don't want to give up, but you could do nothing. He ground his teeth, making fists with both hands. Even so, he couldn't think of a brilliant counterattack.
バトラ様
Battle-sama,
制限時
you're
間
closing in on the time limit. Will you resign?
人間側受け手がありません。
The human side has no move in
デ
response.
ザインをし
We
よ
will resign.
う。待て。
Wait.